Tammy Ward and her husband Ken of Smithfield, North Carolina, enjoy spending time together, especially cooking. A good meal is something Tammy has come to appreciate. That's because for years, she struggled to keep anything down.
In 2009, I started getting sick, and I thought it was the stress. I started throwing up. I weighed probably about 41 pounds at that time.
We went test after test, seeing what was going on. Each doctor was giving us the same thing, that, we don't know enough about it.
As months passed, Tammy got sicker and started to lose weight. She also started having intense pain above her stomach. Soon she had to cut back her hours at work and now spent most of her day in pain.
It would be like a severe pain right here, and they could never figure out what that was.
Her friends and family prayed for answers. Finally, in late 2010, she was diagnosed with an incurable stomach disorder.
Gastroparesis in general is just a situation where the stomach isn't doing its natural movement of food and nutrition through and allowing it to be processed and absorbed.
One of Tammy's doctors, Peter Rothling, tried to help any way he could.
You could see physically, medically, just really how she was going through a really steady, really worrisome decline.
4 more years passed, and Tammy continued to suffer, losing over 40 pounds.
It was very hard to see a person that was so strong and then gradually getting so weak.
By April of 2014, Tammy was so sick she had to quit work. Even with no answers and her body continuing to break down, the couple was determined to hold on to their faith.
I never felt like I was abandoned by God, because every time that I would pray, you always felt like somebody was right beside of you. I'd get so tired of walking, I would start crawling around in my house, and I would just pray. And I just kept praying, God, just whatever's your will. Help me, Lord, whatever is your will.
I was praying for her to be healed, yes.
A few months later, Tammy came across the 700 Club.
The lady was reading a question, and it was from a woman. Her husband had not been healed. He had been sick, and he had not been healed. And she wanted to know why.
He wants everybody to be healed, and he's given us the power. He said, speak the word. Search your heart and see what's in there, but particularly this matter of forgiveness.
That caused her and Ken to search their hearts.
I said, God, if there's anybody I've done anything wrong to, please, God, let them forgive me. I forgive them.
Spiritually, Tammy was at peace, but her body was still wasting away. The situation looked so grim that even though her church was still praying for her, they offered Tammy a burial plot. By now, she weighed 80 pounds, was struggling to breathe, and couldn't even hold down water.
I lost so much weight that the bones stick out. You could see my heart beating under my shirt, and the skin starts tearing.
I was thinking she might die. I was thinking, oh Lord, what am I going to do?
Then on September 1st, 2014, after going to bed, Tammy reached her breaking point.
Constantly in pain. I thought I prayed to die.
After falling asleep, Tammy had a dream. Her family was making a mess in her kitchen, so she ran everyone out, yelling,
I don't need you. All I need is Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ is all I need. Jesus Christ is Lord. And when I said that in my dream, somebody hit me on my right shoulder so hard, punched me, that I picked my head up and I said, what is it? And when I did, he spoke in this ear, you are healed.
When Tammy woke up the next morning, she noticed she felt completely different.
And I didn't hurt no more. And I just felt different. I got off the bed, didn't have any difficulty, but I had a little jar of stage 1 baby food in the refrigerator, and I ate that little jar of baby food, and it was so good.
Later that day, she had a doctor's appointment.
And when he walked in, he said, what happened? Which one of the doctors did something for you last week? And I said, I didn't get in. He said, well, somebody did something. He said, your color's back. And we did every test known to mankind that they could do. He come back in and he said, also, you have been healed.
On the way home, Tammy felt hungry for the first time in a long time.
Here I am driving, I say, God, I'm not testing you, but I am hungry now. I pulled in Bojangles. 1 hour it took me to eat that ham biscuit, because I cried and prayed the whole time I was eating that ham biscuit and drinking that Mountain Dew. And when I finished, I said, oh, Lord, I got to tell people. I said they did not know the power of God, and they really didn't know how hungry I was.
It was great to have her back. I mean, remarkable.
Over the next few months, Tammy regained her strength, and today, she is completely healthy again.
Really, in everything I saw over time, and everything I know in my medical knowledge and my experience in healthcare, her situation is one of those miracles I've seen.
Never give up, because God is always standing with you. There's nothing that God cannot do.
I learned I was not in control. I learned I was the one that He created. I was not the one who created anything. He was in charge. If we didn't have difficulty in our life, we wouldn't learn who God is. That's when you realize God's all you ever needed.